Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Rock Cloud. Today I'm going to show you some things. Now we talked about this thing with Tom Cruise, and for whatever reason, I get the indication that someone has guided me to information to share with you guys. We know about Project Looking Glass and how things of that nature and how it works. You can look into the past, the present, and future, and there will be probabilities that these elites just can't keep up with. Now, we know certain people within the government have technology like Project Looking Glass. Uh, but when it came down to these elites wanting to play their timeline out, they always ran into these probabilities, which they cannot control, and it always went back to one factor: um, snapping back to a positive timeline for humanity. Humanity always was going to win because of the strains and stress that was placed upon humanity. We evolved from those changes, and this is perfect for what I'm about to go into. Some personal things. You know how I am. I share a part of my personal life with you guys. Um, I believe that God also worked with the dark, and you will sometimes get paired up with people that will take on a more dark, sinister outlook. And sometimes, when you evolve past certain people that do not grow, do not take their conscience to a whole enlightenment way of being, you can see how things will unfold within your household. Um, and it goes back to, as a light worker and light warriors, sometimes we can choose to stay. And my thing is, I like to watch and see how these entities that reside in the human body, they pair up with you. Sometimes they integrate. Integration is way different from a possession. A possession is something where an entity tries to, over time, take over your consciousness and take over the body and work through you. You fight in many ways for a possession. You can see that as it progresses. But if you integrate, that means that you have allowed this entity to pair with you, and there's nothing that you can do about that. It's way more solid than a possession. Possession, you can work through that. You can get those type of entities out of you because they're trying to break um, your free will. You do have free will. If you do not want that entity in you and is trying to possess you, you can take responsibility of how you act towards people and what you do to people and remove it. You have to first take responsibility. When you integrate with a entity, when you allow it, that means that you have consciously made a decision to work with this demonic or soul that has integrated into you. Now you watch these individuals. If you have someone that you have uh, partnership with, whether it be a spouse or a child within your household, watch and see how they operate. Now, if you know them to be liars, you know to be cheaters, you know them to be thieves, um, then you watch it. You watch it. And how I am, I like to see how they operate within humans. So you'll notice certain things may come up missing within your household. And you know how I am. I'm a remote viewer. So it's almost futile for somebody to lie and say that they didn't do something when you know exactly. It's easy to just remote view it and see what happened. Because once you do something, it goes out into the universe. You can view that. You can absolutely view it. And it goes perfectly what I'm about to show you with Project Looking Glass. Now, let's get into this. Now you know that I met with Tom Cruise. I I met with him. We discussed some things, and some other things happened. You can go back and, for those that did not watch that video of the Tom Cruise meeting. Now we're going to get into some other white hat information. Now I told you that we get sent. It's like a domino effect. I'll get sent information that will line up with other information, and then it will go into other information. It has everything to do with everything I just told you about, and how precogs are being used, like myself, to show you guys how things are being operated. Now, within this movie clip, I'm going to show you a, it's a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Now, you're going to have to go to Rumble and see this, because I'm not going to be able to put this type of movie on YouTube without them flagging me for its use, okay? So go to Rumble and watch this movie, and you'll see how Project Looking Glass, remember that word, looking glass, okay? Now, you'll see a form of looking glass, how they can look into the future. So I'm going to leave it at that. Watch the clip on Rumble, and you'll see how things play out. I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Have a good day.